Hey, Terry J for PEG TV. You know, PEG TV was on the very, very first Stuff-A-Bus. They really were. They were a big part of that. And we remember them fondly for helping out. And here we are with PEG TV again. And I want to thank people coming in and leaving their donations. We're looking for food donations, non-perishable food, and we're also looking for funds for food because Brock Community Action, the Salvation Army, and the Community Cupboard can make these donations go even further with these funds. These guys brought in a contribution today, Ernie and Loretta. Ernie, how are you?
Good. Nice to see you again, Terry.
These guys are now full-time Vermonters. They moved up from the Big Apple. Loretta?
I'm so thrilled to be here. 24 years, we finally made it.
We love you guys. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for moving to the greatest state ever.
Definitely.
Good to see you for Stuff-A-Bus. And this guy, come on over here, sir. Oh, I love his hat. Go Navy.
Go Navy.
Sir, you're wearing a Navy hat. Come here, please. Are you from the Navy?
Well, I only did 4 years back in.
He only did 4 years.
Back in the day.
Big reminder, this is Veterans Day week. And how about a round of applause for our vets? There's one thing that I've learned with Stuff-A-Bus. The vets don't stop giving. They gave their all, many of them, and this guy's still helping out. Thank you. Thank you for your service, sir. Go Navy. Hey, Stuff-A-Bus, if you want to be here, we're here Thursday. That's Thursday until 7, Friday till 7 in front of Price Chopper, and until noon on Saturday, and at Hannaford from 9 to 5 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday till just about noon.
All right, we're here with Mark from Heritage Family Credit Union with our friends from the Salvation Army and Rutland Community Cupboard, and of course the Brock Community Food Shelf as well. And we're here to have a check delivered on behalf of Heritage Family Credit Union. And Mark has a couple of people he wants to recognize that helped with this incredible contribution of $5,226.23. Let's have a quick round of applause for Heritage, and thank you.
Every cent counts, right?
Every cent counts. That's right.
There we go.
We got this
That's right.
23 cents on there.
23 cents,
So,
yeah.
Mark, tell us about how this was raised this year.
So, well, I want to mention that $1,000 came generously from Rutland Regional Medical Center. They've been a partner with us for several years right now, and we're pleased that they continued that partnership with us.
Round of applause for our friends at Rutland Regional.
Yeah. And on behalf of, and also it was raised from our members and from our staff, and so it was a little different than this year. The past 2 years, we had online donations. We had a QR code that people were able to snap a picture of and donate right online. And so it was really great. I love that technology. You know, we got to do whatever we can, right? And and our members really responded. You know, our members and our staff really like this event and really love participating in this event. And
I have to say Heritage Family Credit Union has been consistent for years in helping out and making these donations to help feed people at their biggest time of need, we feel, the holiday season. And we can't thank you enough for the years of participation as well as this incredible donation this year, Mark.
well, you know, we'd love to be part of it, and we can't wait to be part of it next year again. So, you know, on behalf of Heritage Family Cares for You and Heritage Family Credit Union, congratulations, and we wish you luck with the rest of your campaign here.
Thank you very much. And let me just have our friends from the Salvation Army say a few words, too, about this incredible donation.
I'll do it. Well, that's all right. We want to thank you. I mean, really, it's going to go a long way to help those who are food insecure right now. And we know that it's a tough time, really, for those who are even in the, you know, that lower middle class are having a hard time now. And this is going to go a long way to helping those who are in need, that are coming in every day. You know, hey, listen, you know, I need something to eat. That's hard to swallow sometimes when people are that hungry. And that's going to make a big difference. So we appreciate it, and we thank you very much.
And you know, for us this year, we have 3 times the amount of people asking for assistance for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So this is going to go a long ways, and I know that Brock and the Community Cupboard is seeing the same numbers coming in. So thank you again. We couldn't. It's just a lot. Any dollar cycle is worth it, and we're
is
just
amazing.
thankful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Jim. And Audrey, we can't forget the Rutland Community Cupboard. So want to say a couple of words to our audience and to our friends at Heritage Family Credit Union.
I guess I think that it really does take a village, and you have to get up very early in the morning in order to make sure that no one goes hungry. And there is huge need out there, and we have such great buying power by being partners with the Vermont Food Bank. Just keep remembering your neighbors. That's what it's all about. Thanks very much.
And one more time, I just got to ask Terry J to come over here because he always interviews us on the radio. Come on in the picture here, Terry. Because the one person that's been consistently around as long as Heritage and the rest of us is this man right here, Terry J. Terry.
Fix your hair. I know you're used
No.
to video.
He was here at 6.
No, well, I was here at 10 after. No, it's just great to be part of this thing again and representing 98.1 JJR and Catamount Radio. They feel the same way. They know the heritage of this project. And along certainly with PEG TV. PEG TV was on Stuff a Bus number 1.
That's right.
And some of those people are still working on this project, including Tom Leipold.
Leipold.
So
Yeah.
thank you all to everybody that's doing this. Thanks for PEG TV for doing this today and keeping those updates going, letting everybody know what's going on with this. And we expect a big success. Like Mark said, let's keep it going.
All right. Hey, one more round of applause. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. All right. Hi, I'm Tom Donahue with Brock Community Action and the Brock Community Food Shelf. We're here today at Stuff a Bus, the annual kickoff to the holiday season. We're here with our friends from the Rutland Community Cupboard and the Salvation Army, and of course, none other, this icon next to me, none other than Terry J. Terry, hey, thanks for coming out of retirement for this. You are an amazing supporter of helping neighbors in need.
This is my third last Stuff a Bus. So, listen, I love the project, and I think it's still worth doing. And certainly, we keep saying that PEG TV was here all along, and they've given us so much help over the years, particularly the first year. And Tom, we work on a lot of projects together over the years, but I really like the way that the whole community comes together to make sure that we have each other's back. And that's really what this is about. We've met so many nice people, and with Veterans Day coming up,
Yes.
we've had vets come in.
Yes.
We want to say hi to Harry and Becky, and hooray for the Air Force. Harry was a 4-year vet in the Air Force, and they used to be part of the bike
the Gold Wing
group.
Road Riders.
And that was disbanded, but he said, you know what, I'm still here representing, and we're going to give a nice contribution today to Stuff a Bus to keep that tradition alive. That's really about what it's about. I mean, keeping that tradition, the holiday tradition.
And we're so thankful to have the bus. The Marble Valley Regional Transit District has made this iconic as well. And all you have to do is look for us at Price Chopper. We're here all day until 7 at night or till 5 o'clock at Hannaford as well. And we'll accept your funds for food, as we call it this year, to do things COVID safely and make that one of the things that is able to support our neighbors in need during this holiday season at the area community food shelves. Again, Brock Community Food Shelf, the Rutland Community Cupboard, and the Salvation Army, when people need it most. And we thank all of you for participating in this annual event, this kickoff to the holiday season called Stuff a Bus. Hi, I'm Tom Donahue with Brock Community Action and the Brock Community Food Shelf, and we're here again at Stuff a Bus, right here in the plaza. We're also at Hannaford. This is Friday. We'll be here all day and till 7 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow morning on Saturday, 8 or 6, I should say, until noon. So come on by with what we're calling this year Funds for Food, but basically we've got the community food shelves at Brock Community Action, the Rutland Community Cupboard, and the Salvation Army joining together to help people in need at this most difficult time during the holidays right here in the Rutland region. So with that, I do want to introduce some of the folks that are here today that have been running these programs year-round. And first of all, let me start with Audrey Bridge. Audrey, welcome. And
Thank you.
This is great, this Stuff a Bus. Are you enjoying the fact that it's a second time that you've been on the bus, and we've got 3 days, but I know that you actually went out last night, for instance, to go feed people at your food shelf, the Rutland Community Cupboard, last night.
Right, absolutely. And we were very busy. That's a trend that we've been seeing. So many people have been coming in, and there's so much apparent need. It's no surprise that people are being so generous. It's fantastic because they see the need in the community.
Exactly. Yeah, we appreciate everything that you're doing, and welcome you. Appreciate you being on the team there on River Street.
Thank you.
Yeah, where you're available. And you, again, we talk about this being important during the holidays, but of course, year round, you're there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's toughest really for people during the winter because they shouldn't have to choose between heating and eating.
Exactly. Boy, I
So-
couldn't have put it better myself. That's
Well, thank
exactly right, and that's why we're here.
Right.
And one of the people that's been here since the beginning, and I won't say, date him, and really won't put him on the spot of how long ago that was, but it was like 1990s. Terry J, of course, of radio fame, and just very well known in the area, a real VIP. Terry Jurasik, we're so happy to have you back on the bus this year. We literally lured you out of retirement because you know how important this is to the community and what the need is, especially this year with the rising costs.
There's something that I have to tell you that a lot of people don't know. People have said, what have you done in your retirement? And you said, lured me back on the bus. I never got off the bus. That's where I've been. I was there since last year. I'm not even supposed to be here.
You just
I
kind of,
I feel like Rip Van Winkle. It's Stuff of Us. No,
that's
listen,
hysterical. Okay, well, we'll make sure we bring you Christmas presents this year when you're.
I'll tell you, when you give to Stuff of Us, I wouldn't come out of retirement for any other reason. I want to come out for the things that I love, for the things that I believe in, the things that are important, but the things that are also fun. And I think seeing this united front, we've got all of these people that are working on food shelves uniting to send this one message to everyone. And the message is that you're needed. And no matter how tough you guys have it that are watching PEG TV right now, there's somebody that has it worse than you do. And this is a way that, I've seen it again and again. I mentioned it on the radio today. Traditions are born with things like Stuff of Us. Some woman brought her youngest grandchild here today, Elliot. It's like, this is Elliot, our latest edition of the Stuff of Us project. And I'm like, how cool is that? And maybe someday
Awesome.
Elliot will bring her kid.
Awesome.
So that's what it's about.
I love it. Well, Terry, you become iconic with it. And we are standing right in front of course, the bus. The Marble Valley Regional Transit
The
District
bus.
provides this. This has become also synonymous with Stuff a Bus and feeding and the real start to the holiday season. So Jim Downs is here with us. He's envoy at right there at Rutland Salvation Army. And Jim and Pam, you guys know what already have seen the need in the holiday season, and probably exacerbated by the rising costs that people are experiencing.
Yeah, the need is, we were at the building just to do a couple things before we got here this morning, and there were 3 people already at the door.
Wow.
So we know that need is great.
Right.
And Terry mentioned tradition.
Yes.
John Bennett, who started this in the mid-'90s, I just talked to his son last night, who was
Wow.
really excited that we mentioned John.
Cool.
And that that tradition is continuing.
Yes.
He came up for the 20th anniversary of this, and this is awesome.
Yeah,
Community coming
yeah.
together, working together, because
Yeah.
we don't work against each other, we work
Yeah.
with each other. And
Yeah.
the Salvation Army has a saying that says, needs no season, knows no season.
Yes.
Need is year round.
Yes.
And you do see the increase at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And Audrey said it, but it isn't. You don't want to choose, right?
Right.
The fact that you have to choose to pay your rent or the heat
Right.
or food in your house.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a
and
hard choice.
in
to
Rutland
make.
County, you agree, obviously, that feeding people is fundamental.
Yes.
And as a local community, a generous local community, we all know that people are worried about their neighbors and want to make sure that's the one thing they don't go without.
Right. And the one thing that I found, I'm new to Vermont, so this is my 1 year that we've been to Vermont, is the communities. I've been traveling from Derby Line to Brattleboro, and communities come together in an amazing way. And I have been so encouraged here in Rutland and here in Vermont to see that type of, oh, you need it? Here, we can help you with that.
Exactly.
And that is, you help
Yeah.
your neighbor.
Yeah.
A neighbor helping neighbor, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And we've seen that here right in Rutland and right in the whole state of Vermont.
Well, Jim, we appreciate all that you do, and Audrey, all that you're doing over there at the Community Cupboard. And of course, we want to thank PEG TV because they've been here right from the beginning as well, and helping get the best community access television we have in all of New England, in my opinion. And it helps get the word out to the community to remind you that we are here all day today on Friday till 7 p.m. tonight, and all morning on Saturday from 6 until noon. We're going to help feed local people. We're going to turn that right into food purchases, and we're going to have this out Monday where we'll be feeding people in need in this community, the Rutland community.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate all the generosity of the community that has provided support to this year after year. Stuff a Bus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tom Donahue with Brock Community Action and the Brock Community Food Shelf. We're back at Stuff a Bus, and we are here this morning at just outside of Price Chopper. We're also down at Hannaford, and we are celebrating the contribution from Monsignor Bourgeois, Father Bernie, locally from the Rutland Wallingford Catholic community. The generous parishioners have now collected for Stuff a Bus and are donating $23,670. Congratulations. Thank you so much. If you can only imagine how many people that's going to feed in the Rutland region this holiday season and well into next year when prices are so high and their budgets are strained, and this means more to them now than probably ever. So we can't thank the parishioners of the Rutland Wallingford Catholic community enough, the generous community here in Rutland, for continuing to support Stuff a Bus, along with our friends over here that we're going to introduce just momentarily. But let me just give Father Bernie a chance to talk about how important this is and why his parish gets behind it.
We've taken a special focus on doing this in the last few years, and the last 5 or 6 years we've raised an awful lot of money in food over the years. And I always bring it back to two things. First, that Jesus reminded us that we are called to feed the hungry and to give drink to the thirsty and clothe the naked and do all those things of charity. And I also remind people that every dollar that they donate stays local, and that's an important part of this as well. That it is feeding people who live down the street from them, their own family members, people in their own communities and their own neighborhoods. I think that's an important part of this whole journey here. The response has been incredible. It grows every year. I see people come up and put all kinds of money into baskets, and they are very generous and very willing to be a part of this. And I think it's a great partnership between us as Catholic parishes and and Brock and the Salvation Army and the Community Cupboard, and helping us all to combat some poverty in our area right here in Rutland County. So
awesome. Thanks again, Father Bernie. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. And of course, the iconic bus right behind us, we can't do it without the bus and the Marble Valley Regional Transit District. And then our friends from the radio, of course, Terry J. and Nancy Gordon are here as well. And they talk about this and keep it going throughout the 3 days. And they're on the bus for the most of it, which is quite amazing in itself. And I also want to recognize Tony Dutil, who's on our board of directors at Brock Community Action and supports the Brock Community Food Shelf by her time on the board. And we really appreciate that, Tony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
And then two of our leaders at the Salvation Army, Jim and Pam Downs, and their food shelf. And you want to take a couple minutes to talk about how important this is, Pam?
Well, this is very important. Prices are going up, not just in the grocery stores, but at the food bank for Vermont. So this is definitely a help for us and for the other two organizations in the community. We just thank you. Beyond blessed. Thank you, Father, for this. That's a lot of money. And it's going to go far. So thank you so much for that. And thank you all for joining with us. I feel like we really have unified this year on this front for food. And I thank you, Tom, for being part of that with us and Audrey, and just being unified. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. And Jim, I'm assuming that's a ditto, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just the quiet one today. But no, we thank you, Father, for that. It's so important. We know that our neighbor is hungry, and we know that the need is great in this county and in others in Rutland community. It's a blessing. So beyond words sometimes of how generous. And to receive that generosity is just amazing. And I want to just second Terry J. and the radio station for everything. People
Right.
coming up going, I heard you on the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes a difference. So we
Yeah.
want to thank you
And Nancy, don't
and
forget.
Nancy for your support of this program.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. And I'm going to jump to them in a second, but because they've been here the longest, I want to make sure they get the last word.
Oh, absolutely.
But I want to go to Audrey Bridge from the Rutland Community Cupboard, as you can see, and their executive director, and all the work that you do, and on behalf of the community to make sure people don't go without food at the holidays and throughout the entire year, frankly.
Right. Well, as providers, we've all been very concerned about what's going to happen in the coming months when people start paying these exorbitant heating prices. How are they going to eat? And incredibly generous donations like that are going to help them not have to make that choice between heating and eating.
Exactly, heating and eating, and those are the two probably most important things they're going to be facing this winter,
Right.
as we know what's next. It's a beautiful day today, but we know what's
Right.
next, right?
But
Yeah.
it does take all of us to do it,
Well,
definitely.
thanks to the Rutland Community Cupboard and your board and your volunteers as well.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Vicki Loomis over here too, who helps put together the Brock side along with Amy Scott, who's hiding somewhere, I think. But they they help put our team effort together as well. So, and Amy Scott's our food program director, and
Right.
we appreciate that. Now the sun comes out for Nancy Gordon. But let's talk about let's talk about your commitment to this over the years has been incredible. And
Well, Terry and I were together back in '93. Terry was the first one to stay on the bus for the whole deal, and then I did it the next year, and we switched off. But this
literally overnight, by the way.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. It was 24/7
Yeah.
for 2.5 days. But, you know, that contribution from the Rutland Wallingford Catholic community is 4 times the that we used to get before. So I preach part-time, and I got to say, Father Bernie, you must be an incredible conveyor of the good news. Talk about faith in action, the way people respond. I'm very sincere about that. Because clearly, if you asked and they didn't respond, we wouldn't be here with such an amazing donation. And how far that's going to go, we can't thank you enough. I know it.
Awesome, thank you, Nancy, and just thanks again for being here, because your face, you're on radio, but your face becomes iconic with this too, because people know you from all the things that you worked and volunteered for yourself personally over the years here in Rutland County.
Thank you. Well, Stuff a Bus is much beloved. I couldn't not be here.
Beautiful, we love it.
and
Terry
Jeff-
J can't be here. He could not be here either, apparently.
Listen, and while we're all doing this and celebrating God's great work and the work of our community,
We have our friends from White River Junction.
you guys have got to come over here, please.
So they've been here like every year that I can remember,
every year.
Every year.
except they were smaller.
It is.
Haley was a baby and she
Oh.
just graduated from high school.
Wow, awesome.
And so the North family keeps the tradition alive. And you guys, your mom brought you down here when you were kids. My God, here they are again.
Cassandra was the one who nudged her mom that we have to go do this, and they would come every morning at 6 o'clock for years.
6 o'clock, wow, okay.
Even when they and with more food each time. And when they moved over to White River Junction, they still kept coming back. So it wouldn't be Stuff a Bus without representation from the North family. So we have Cassandra and Kaylee here on
Awesome.
behalf of the family this
Awesome.
morning.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
Very
thank
good.
you guys.
they are the first family of Stuff a
Yeah.
Bus.
And this is what we talk about with generational giving. This is what it's about, keeping that tradition alive.
Yeah, exactly. And not last but not least, but I want to mention Gail, my significant other, because she not only is here volunteering for all of us, but has been instrumental in bringing this to us from the schools over the years. And when the kids were collecting all that food and the buses would roll in, and they recognize at that level, the kids there, which you remember, how important it is to feed people locally and help their own neighbors in need. And of course, want to thank PEG TV, and we have Chris Donahue on the camera today. But PEG TV has also been here,
For the first bus. Yeah, they were here since the first one.
and that's Rutland Region Community Television, and it's so important to give local people access, and it's really, we're grateful for PEG TV, and a shout out to the Rutland Herald over here today this morning. We appreciate the Rutland Herald coming out on Saturday morning, as well as PEG TV combo. So, Father Bernie, any last words before we wrap up this wonderful gift.
We just pray that God continues to bless us and bless our community. We pray that those who receive these funds, as they continue to grow their lives and they realize the blessings and that God is close to them as well. And we give thanks for the generosity, the kindness, and the love the Rutland community shows.
Awesome.
Amen.
Amen. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.